Hello, beautiful Blessed Boss Moms. Hey, I'm Dawn Humphrey. I'm the CEO and creator of Blessed Boss Mompreneurs. Today, the title was going to be Change of Plans. And today, I want to share with you a beautiful way that God has answered my prayers. And I want to share with you a little bit about personal life. I know I've not gone live in here in 14 days, around 2 weeks. And the reason is I drove to Virginia to my daughter's because she had a surgery scheduled, and she's 25. She has 3 babies. Her youngest turns 1 year old tomorrow. So I drove to Virginia to help her out with the kids, and so her husband could be with her during surgery. Okay, so I drove to Virginia. It was like a 13-hour drive. It was a long one. And then her surgery, was the next day. So the doctor called her the day before her surgery and told her they had to make a change of plans for her surgery. And what happened was that they ended up doing an exploratory surgery instead of, the scheduled surgery. And it's where they inserted a camera to view her kidneys because of one of her kidneys is blocked and it's become enlarged. So they were supposed to do a surgery where they were going to go in and put in a stent and unblock her kidney, and instead they did an exploratory surgery. So she had this exploratory surgery done, and she was then told that she had to wait another month before she could be scheduled for her surgery that they were supposed to do. To unblock her kidney, and she had already waited a month, so now they were saying she would have to wait another month. Well, the doctor that she was seeing was not the greatest. He didn't explain things well. He disappeared after the surgery, and he was nowhere to be found. I know you've experienced this type of doctor sometime in your life where, this type of doctor where they don't really care. Okay, so I was praying. I was like, Lord, work a miracle here. I don't understand this. And because her husband is in the military, he took 2 weeks off leave, which is not easy to do. And then we had drove the 13-hour drive to be there with her. And now they just, they did the exploratory surgery instead of the one they were supposed to do. Okay, so she was frustrated, and she, had a spell that, she had the spell the night before where, she almost passed out. She was feeling dizzy and icky, and her husband had to take her to the ER, which they did not do anything for her. So now now I got all worried about her, and I didn't want to leave her, but I had to come back home. My youngest is still in school, so he had already missed some days of school so we could be up there. And I was praying, and I was getting discouraged. You know what I mean? Have you ever been there where you're praying for something, and it seems like it's just getting worse, and you start doubting, you start wondering, God, where are you? We need you right now. And then the night before we left, the same night my daughter went to the ER, I was praying for everything, and my mind shifted. I started praying in faith, believing, this doesn't look good. The plans have changed. Then this still small voice spoke to me saying, it's going to be okay. It's going to be better than you could imagine. And at first, I'm not going to lie, I was like, Lord, how is this going to work out? And that carnal analyzing thinking. Then I got a hold of it, and I just started faith believing with no evidence of what was going to work out. I told my daughter, it's going to be okay. God's going to work this out better than we can imagine. And the next day, we had to get back on the road. It was hard to leave my daughter with the way she was feeling and how the doctors were treating her and all the change of plans. And now my daughter was, this whole time after that, my daughter was talking to the doctor that had referred her to this doctor that changed the plans and did not do her scheduled surgery, and she needed, where they needed to unblock her kidney, and she was letting that doctor know, all that was going on. And that doctor told her he wanted to refer her to another specialist, a female doctor that was his colleague, that he knew really well, and she could possibly do the surgery. So my daughter told me that, the specialist she referred to told her that it would be in January sometime before they could schedule her surgery. So she went back to get her appointment with the first doctor, the one that did the exploratory surgery, to see if she can get her appointment with them, because they were going to do the surgery in December, and that would be sooner than January. And so they told her that they couldn't do it. The doctor was retiring or something. anyways, then I was like praying, God, where are you? I told my daughter it was going to be okay and you were going to fix all this, and now, that it's going to be better than we could imagine, Lord. And it was only getting worse, and they're telling her it's going to be another 2 months before she gets her surgery, and she needs it now. So I prayed, Lord, I know you're capable of fixing this. She is your child. Please, Lord, work a miracle where she does not have to wait that long. I was so worried about her health just getting worse, as time goes by. So, okay, we got back home. We drove back on Sunday, and it was Monday the next day, and my daughter told me that she was referred to that specialist, and she's going to see her, and she had an appointment where she could go in and talk to her. So I was praying, Lord, please work this out. And my daughter messaged me after her appointment with the new specialist. She had put her on the schedule for November 18th. Praise God. God worked a miracle. It was only 10 days of her wedding instead of 2 months. Sometimes God works miracles, and it's not always what we think it should look like. I prayed for healing, but God decided to strengthen our faith, and God changed the plans. The doctor changed the plans with my daughter's surgery, and God changed the plans for the good. The devil meant it for evil, and God made it for good. And I just wanted to share this with you today because I wanted to inspire you. And I just want you to think about how many times in your life has things that you prayed for or struggled with, and they just seem to get worse. How many times have you got all fired up about your business and you were going to build this huge income, and then it seemed to get worse? And then how many times in your life where plans get changed and we think, oh goodness, this is not how I thought it was going to be? How many times in your life where there's been a change of plans and you let it overwhelm you, and you let it create this anxiety in your mind, and you let it stop you? Okay? Well, I have good news, and we get to have a change of plans, and it's all in how we interpret it. We can choose to interpret the change of plans as either empowering or disempowering. When plans change, I think we automatically get thrown off a bit because, this is not what I had planned, and we automatically think, oh, this is awful, this is bad, everything gets disturbed in our minds. And if we say, okay, there's been a change of plans, now what? Instead of we look at this change of plans for the better, and it can be better than what we could imagine. It's like how I got thrown off a bit because I was praying to God to heal my daughter, and instead the doctors, were jerking her around with all these change of plans. Her surgery was scheduled, and they did something else instead, and then they tell her she has to wait another 2 months for her surgery. And when God changes plans, they're always for the better. We only know, what's going on, what we're going through, all the circumstances that we see and what's going on around us. We don't know, and we can't even fathom God's wisdom and His plans. And when we stop and we say, okay, God, your will be done in this, give God the reins, so to speak, and trust and have faith that it's all going to work out, then God can work a miracle. So I want you to think about something that is going on in your life right now, something that is not what you planned, and realize we get to have a change of plans, okay? Think about how this change of plans can be better than what you could have imagined. And share in the comments with us, and I hope this blessed you and encouraged you today. Be open to the change, because sometimes change can bring better results, okay? And if any of this landed for you and you're thinking, okay, that sounds great, Dawn, but I don't know, what my first step is, then reach out to me. We can connect and create a plan, action steps for you, and I can help you discover what is holding you back and help you discover your true potential and purpose. You see, things happen in life, things change, plans get changed, and a lot of times that just throws us off track, throws us off course, and we stop. We don't continue building our business. We don't continue our goals and our visions and our dreams for our lives, because everything has got switched around, everything got changed. And I can help you with shifting out of that when things like that happen, to where, okay, this is what's happening, now what? And be open to the possibilities for your life. And so Once you do this, it will create so much more peace where you can experience true joy. And if you haven't yet checked out my book, you can do so by going to Amazon.com. It's Have You Fallen Down? I'll put the link in the comments. And in my book, I help you rekindle your faith and how you can truly feel joy every day. And my book, my hope for my book is to inspire people to know their true worth and learn how they are special and unique and how to find their true purpose in life. So check that out on Amazon. It's a simple search, Have You Fallen Down? If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And I hope this blessed you today. And create an amazing day. Life is now. Be blessed.